Hello students, I am Sachitrakar. Welcome to Cars Physics. We are continuing chapter number 3, current electricity. Okay, and this is lecture number 4 on the chapter. In previous lectures we have discussed the fundamental of electric current, okay, the types of electric current, the concept of drift velocity, and finally we have established a relationship between electric current and drift velocity. Okay. So all the previous concepts which we have already discussed are highly useful for the present and future discussions. Okay. Of course, we have entered in electrodynamics, means motion of charge. Okay. In this lecture, we will discuss the fundamental and all theoretical concepts, complete concepts on resistance, resistivity, okay, conductance and conductivity, okay, all fundamental concepts. And in coming lecture, means in lecture 5, we will only discuss the numericals on resistance, electrical resistance. Let's start. Okay. Resistance. Our first discussion is resistance. Electrical resistance. So, resistance is symbolized by taking the letter R. Okay. What is resistance? The fundamental concept, what is resistance? So first we will discuss qualitative idea on resistance. What is qualitative idea on resistance? Let's recall the previous lectures. Okay. Suppose this is a part of conductor. Okay. This is a part of conductor. These are the cross-sectional areas, and this conductor, part of conductor, we are considering this part only, highlighted part. This part of conductor is connected between terminals of a cell. This is positive and this is negative terminal of the cell. Okay. So this end is connected to positive terminal and this end is connected to negative terminal. So we do discuss the qualitative idea on resistance. Okay. When the conductor is connected between terminals of a cell like here, potential difference between positive and negative terminal is let V, or you may take delta. Okay. I have taken V. So when the conductor is connected between terminals of a cell, as we know, we are discussing about resistance of a conductor. Of course, we may define, in generalized form, we may define resistance of a substance. I am showing you a part of conductor. Okay. As we know, in a good conductor or in a conductor, there is high number density of free electrons. High number density of free electrons means N is number of free electrons per unit volume of substance. N is the number of free electrons per unit volume of the substance. So for a good conductor, the value of N, or number density of free electrons, number of free electrons per unit volume, is very high. So starting from, we are taking 10 to the power 8 per meter cube onwards. It may be 10 to the power 29, 10 to the power 30, 10 to the power 31, depending upon the nature of conductor. Okay. So as for example, for copper, number density of free electrons is usually taken 10 to the power 29 per meter cube. Okay. So for a good conductor, number density of free electrons is very high, and when the conductor is connected between terminals of a cell, all the free electrons present in the conductor tend to move from low potential to high potential as electron is negatively charged, charge of electron is negative. Okay, charge of electron is negative, so these electrons are repelled by negative and attracted by positive, and electric field established. Net electric field is established inside the conductor. So electrons, under the influence of external electric field, these electrons tend to move from low potential to high potential. Of course, we have discussed before the conductor connected between terminals of a cell, the thermal velocity of the electrons is about 10 to the power 3 meter per second to 10 to the power 5 meter per second. Means before the conductor connected between terminals of a cell, the thermal velocity of free electrons is tremendously high. Variation of magnitude of thermal velocity is from 10 to the power 3 meter per second to 10 to the power 5 meter per second. But the average velocity of thermal velocity of the free electrons is 0. Because the electrons move in all possible directions. Electrons move randomly. So average velocity of free electrons is 0. All this concept we have discussed, we have already discussed very nicely in previous lectures also. I am again recalling you. So these electrons, how free electrons are produced? Atom is electrically neutral. When atom gains energy, then the free electrons, the electrons from outermost orbit escape out from the atom. Okay. Electrons escape out from the atom. These electrons are called as free electrons, and when electron escapes out from atom, then the atom becomes positively charged ion. When the atom becomes positively charged ion, because the atom loses electron. Okay. So this number density of free electrons in a conductor is very high. When the conductor is connected between terminals of a cell, all the free electrons tend to move from low potential to high potential during their motion. During their motion, the electrons, of course, due to high number density, they collide against each other. Okay. But the electrons repel each other. But most of the collisions are take place with the positively charged ions. Okay. So electrons change their direction, means with each collision, they may change their direction, means velocity of flow of electrons may change, but with each collision, the electrons lost kinetic energy. Thereafter, they start gaining kinetic energy. We have idea about free path and relaxation of time. All these concepts we have already discussed. Okay. So, when the electrons collide, see, before the conductor connected between terminals of a cell, the electrons move in randomly. Electrons move randomly with tremendously high speed. But when the conductor is connected, then free electrons tend to move and collide against the rest of atom. When the electrons collide, kinetic energy, means the electrons lost kinetic energy, means the speed of electrons decreases. Speed of electrons decreases, and electrons move slowly. Okay, electrons move slowly towards positive, and it under the certain conditions at a given temperature for a given nature of material, the average velocity of electrons is called as drift velocity, and order of drift velocity is approximately 10 to the power minus 5 meter per second, or maybe up to 10 to the power minus 3 meter per second, which is very, very small. All these concepts we have already discussed. So, what is the resistance? Resist means opposition. Opposition. Resistance means opposition. To resist means to oppose. When the electrons collide against rest of atom, means with positive ion, okay, speed of electrons decreases. Means motion is obstructed, motion is opposed. This is cause of resistance. So, what is cause of resistance? What is cause of resistance? We are discussing about qualitative idea on resistance. Okay, the cause of resistance is collision collision of free electrons with rest of atoms. Okay, because due to collision, the speed of electrons decreases and motion is opposed. So our speed is called as drift velocity. So cause of resistance is collision. Okay. Then what is qualitative idea or qualitative definition of resistance? Qualitative definition of resistance. Resistance is the property. Resistance is the property of a substance due to which it opposes or it offers opposition to the flow of charge, or we may say current. Flow of charge or current. Current means qualitatively we have discussed, current means flow of charge. So due to collision, motion of charge means motion of free electrons is opposed. So collision is cause of resistance. So qualitatively we may say resistance is the property of a substance due to which it offers opposition. Okay. So it offers opposition or it opposes the flow of charge or current through it. So flow of charge, alternatively we are saying flow of charge means current. Okay. So due to property of resistance, the motion of charge is opposed, and we do say the flow of current is opposed. This is the property of a conductor. Substance we are considering conductor. So property of a conductor or property of substance. So quantitatively, what is quantitative definition of resistance? See, we have taken a part of conductor. This is a part of conductor. These are the cross-sectional areas. This conductor is connected between terminals of a cell, positive, negative. Potential difference is V. Okay. Potential difference is V. Okay. Let conventional current flowing through the conductor is I. Okay. Conventional current, you may take capital letter also. Conventional flow current flowing in the conductor is I. Then quantitatively, resistance is defined as the ratio of potential difference between the ends of a conductor. We are discussing about conductor, potential difference between the ends of a conductor to magnitude of current flowing through it. Magnitude of current flowing through it. So, quantitatively resistance is defined as the ratio of potential difference between the ends of a conductor to magnitude of current flowing through it. See, this end is connected to positive terminal and this end is connected to negative terminal. So, between positive and negative potential difference we have taken V. Okay. So, resistance of the conductor in quantitative way, resistance of the conductor is the ratio of potential difference to magnitude of current flowing through the conductor. This is the definition of resistance. This is quantitative definition of resistance. Resistance is the ratio of potential difference to current. Okay. This is universal definition of resistance. Okay. Then qualitatively it's a property. Quantitatively we can measure resistance taking the ratio of potential difference to current. Okay. Then different factors to be discussed on resistance. Okay. Always always remember, very important to remember, resistance is a positive and scalar quantity. Potential difference is scalar, current is scalar, so resistance is scalar. But the important fact is resistance is a positive quantity. Okay, resistance can't be negative. Of course, in electronic devices, means in semiconductor diode, vacuum diode or semiconductor diode, the resistance offered by the diode is called as a dynamic resistance. Okay, I am not discussing about dynamic resistance. I am discussing about resistance of a conductor. Resistance of a conductor is always positive, or usually resistance of a substance is always positive. Okay, I am not talking about vacuum diodes. Okay, resistance is a positive and scalar quantity, very important to remember. Okay, then what is units of resistance? See, units and dimensions we do always require to discuss a physical quantity. Resistance is ratio of potential difference to current. So unit in SI, potential difference is volt, current is ampere. So volt divided by ampere, we do say ohm, and symbol of ohm is like this. Units of resistance is ohm. 1 ohm is equal to ratio of 1 volt to ampere. Volt by ampere is ohm. Then about the dimensional formula. See, dimensional formula of potential difference is same as that of the ratio of watt to charge. Watt is equal to potential difference in the charge. So, according, first find dimensional formula of potential difference, watt. M to the power 1, L to the power 2, T to the power minus 2, charge is current into time. So, finally, M to the power 1, L to the power 2, T to the power minus 3, A to the power minus 2. Okay. Then now, dimensional formula of resistance, B potential or potential difference, M to the power 1, L to the power 2, T to the power minus 3, A to the power minus 1, B divided by I is current. So, dimensional formula of resistance is L to the power 1, L to the power 2, T to the power minus 3, A to the power minus 2. So, electrical resistance unit is ohm, and dimensional formula we do get M to the power 1, L to the power 2, T to the power minus 3, A to the power minus 2. So this is fundamental idea on resistance. Okay. Then some other discussions. So we know we have established the relationship between current and drift velocity. What we have got? I is equal to NAEVD. I is equal to NAEVD. Okay. N is number of free electrons per unit bulk, means number density of free electrons. A is cross-sectional area of the conductor. E is charge of electron, and VD is the drift velocity. Of course, we know drift velocity is equal to EV tau by ml. EV tau by ml. Tau is the average relaxation of time. Tau is the average relaxation of time. B is potential difference. Okay. L is length of conductor. M is mass of electron. Then final current we have got it. NAV. In place of VD, drift velocity, we may write EV tau by ml. Then current is equal to NA E square tau divided by ml into V. Okay? You got it? Very easy. But resistance is R is equal to V by I. Then here R is equal to, see, from this equation we may get V by I. V by I is equal to ml divided by NA E square tau. V by I is equal to ml divided by Na square tau. Then finally V by I is equal to R. V by I is equal to R. We know R is equal to V by I. Okay. Then resistance is V by I means ml divided by Na square tau. You got it? Resistance is equal to ml divided by Na square tau. Okay. I will write here V by I, the fundamental formula V by I, or we may write the resistance is equal to ml divided by Na square tau. So this is a formula for resistance. Then let's discuss. Resistance depends upon which factors? Resistance depends upon which factors? Can I erase all these? You know. Okay. This is final formula for resistance. Resistance is ml divided by Na square tau. Okay. Then we may write the resistance like this: m by n E square tau into L by same formula. M by N E square tau into L by N. Then resistance depends upon which factors? Resistance, very important. Resistance depends on. We'll have numericals depending upon this theoretical concept. See, M is the mass of electron, E is the charge of electron. These are constant factors. Then see M. M is the number of free electrons. M is the number of free electrons per unit volume, means number density of free electrons. Number density of free electrons depends upon nature of material, as we have discussed. Number density of free electrons is silver. Among all solid conductors is maximum. Thereafter copper, thereafter iron, and so on. So, M means number density of free electrons depends upon nature of material. So, first thing I will write, resistance depends upon nature of substance. Nature of substance or nature of material of a conductor. N depends upon nature of material or nature of substance. Resistance depends upon nature of substance. So, if value of number density of free electrons for silver is more than copper, means N is more for silver, then R is less for silver. Means the resistance of silver is less than that of resistance of copper. Few examples we may cite here. Nature of substance. So, depending upon nature of substance, N, number density of free electrons is different, so resistance is also different. Then C, tau. Relaxation of time, as we have discussed, relaxation of time inversely proportional to temperature. If temperature increases, then collision increases. If collision increases, then average interval of time between successive collisions decreases. Means average relaxation of time is decreases. Means average relaxation of time inversely proportional to temperature. Here you see resistance inversely proportional to relaxation of time inversely proportional to temperature. So you may write resistance of a conductor directly proportional to temperature. We'll discuss this in separate heading. Means resistance of a conductor increases with increase in temperature and vice versa. Okay. Resistance of a conductor increases, so it is increase in temperature. Why? Because due to increase in temperature, the vibrational energy of free electrons increases. So collision increases, so resistance increases. So we'll discuss it in brief. Okay. So resistance, we may write resistance depends on temperature. Okay. Number 3, Resistance depends upon nature of substance. Resistance depends upon temperature. This is length. Resistance directly proportional to length of conductor. So we may write resistance of a conductor, or resistance directly write in short way. Resistance depends on length of conductor. Directly proportional to length of conductor, we will have numerical on this concept. Then finally, resistance inversely proportional to area of cross section. Okay. If nature and temperature are taken for a given material at a given temperature, if area of cross section is kept constant, then resistance directly proportional to length. For a given material at a given temperature, if length is kept constant, then resistance is inversely proportional to cross-sectional area. So if length is more, then resistance is more. If area of cross-section is more, then resistance is less. So we may write resistance depends on area of cross-section. These are the four factors on which resistance depends. Resistance depends upon nature of material, temperature, we are not directly saying relaxation of time, temperature, and length, and finally on area of cross section of the conductor. We will have numericals on the basis of temperature, length, and area of cross section. Just in coming lecture, we will have numericals. Okay. These are the factors on which resistance depends. Okay. Now, this is about resistance. Then, next heading is resistivity or specific resistance. Symbol is rho. See, for a given material, for a given substance, okay, I am writing here, for a given substance at a given temperature. For a given substance, given material at a given temperature, for a particular substance, n is constant. For a given temperature, relaxation of time is constant, average relaxation of time is constant, again mass of electron and charge of electron are constant. Means for a given substance at a given temperature, this factor is constant. We may write R is equal to a constant into L value. Okay. This constant rho. So when rho remains constant for a given substance at a particular temperature, rho is constant. Otherwise, it may change. So this constant is called as rho, which is called as resistivity or specific resistance. So resistivity or specific resistance is R A by L, or you may write this, in this place we have written rho. So rho is equal to, or resistivity is equal to M by M A square tau. Okay. So how can we define resistivity? How can we define resistivity? See, if length is equal to 1 unit, what? Area of cross section is 1 unit. If length is 1 unit and area of cross section is 1 unit, then rho is equal to R numerically. Means numerically they will say units will be different. So we may say resistivity is numerically equal to resistance. Resistivity is numerically equal to resistance for a conductor having unit length and unit area of cross section. If a substance has unit length and unit area of cross section, then resistivity is numerically equal to its resistance. Then, resistivity depends upon which factors? See, M is mass of electron constant, E is charge of electron is constant. M, number of free electrons per unit volume, which depends upon nature of substance or nature of material. Resistivity depends upon nature of substance or nature of material. Okay. Again, average relaxation of time inversely proportional to temperature. We may write temperature. Okay. Temperature. Okay. Similarly, if temperature increases, then resistivity decreases for a conductor and vice versa for a conductor. So resistivity depends upon nature of material and temperature. So we may write, very important, resistivity is independent on length and area of cross section. Very important. If length and area of cross section change, then resistance may change. But resistivity is independent of length and area of cross section. Resistivity depends upon nature and temperature. Resistivity is independent of length of conductor and area of cross section of the conductor. Very important. So, suppose someone asks you, this is a conductor of length L, area of cross section A, and etc. etc. If this conductor is stretched, so that its length becomes doubled. If a conductor is stretched, so that its length becomes doubled, then resistance will change, but resistivity will remain constant. The conductor may be elongated or may be compressed or may be twisted, whatever may be, but resistivity doesn't change. Resistivity depends upon nature and temperature. Clear? Then, units of resistivity. Okay. I will write here on resistivity. This is formula for resistance. This is formula for resistance. Okay. And for resistivity, I am writing here resistivity. This is on resistance, resistivity. Or specific resistance rho. What we know? Rho is equal to first formula RA by L. RA by L, or we may write M by N E square tau. Clear? M by N E square tau. Okay. Then units. Resistance is ohm. Area is meter square. Cross sectional area length is meter. Meter square divided by meter is meter. So unit is ohm meter. So dimensional formula you can find it very easily. See, units of resistance is ohm, and this is dimensional formula resistance. But units of resistivity is ohm into meter, means resistance into length. Ohm is for resistance, meter is for length. So resistance into length, just multiply length, will get your answer. M1, L3, T minus 3, A minus 2. Ohm for resistance, meter for length. So resistivity is resistance into length. On the basis of dimensional formula I am speaking. Okay. So this is about resistivity or specific resistance. Okay. The dependent factor you must remember. Okay. Then another point, conductance. These are very easy. Now, conductance. Symbol you may take G. Very easy. Conductance is defined as the reciprocal of resistance. Conductance is defined as reciprocal of resistance. Okay. So we can write the formula for conductance. Resistance is V by I. Conductance is I divided by V. Resistance is ml by Na E square tau. So conductance is Na E square tau divided by ml. Just reciprocal. So the dependence factor, same. Conductance also depends upon length, area, nature, temperature. Okay. But reciprocal of resistance. Okay. Simply speaking, keeping temperature and area of cross section constant for a given substance. If it is elongated, then resistance increases, but conductance decreases. Resistance increases, but conductance decreases. Okay. Then units. The determining factors are same. 1 by resistance, units of resistance is ohm, so it is 1 by ohm means ohm inverse. Or you may write MHO. The symbol is reciprocal to ohm. Okay. Ohm inverse or MHO you may write. Okay. Again, dimensional formula of conductance, reciprocal of resistance. See, this is dimensional formula of resistance. Reciprocal, you just take reciprocal of this factor, m to the power minus 1, l to the power minus 2, t to the power 3, a to the power 2. This is dimensional formula of conductance. And final, conductivity. Conductivity. You may take symbol sigma. In very simpler way, see, this is resistivity. Conductivity is reciprocal of resistivity. So, resistivity depends upon nature and temperature. Conductivity also depends on nature and temperature. So, formula for conductivity, see, resistivity is Ra by L. So, this is L by R. Take reciprocal, or you may write N E square tau. N E square tau, tau is the average relaxation of time divided by N. So, units, you may write units. See, units of resistivity is ohm into meter. So, units of conductivity is ohm inverse meter inverse. Ohm meter divided 1 divided by ohm meter, reciprocal. So, ohm inverse and meter inverse. Okay. Then dimensional formula of conductivity, reciprocal of resistivity. This is dimensional formula of resistivity. So take reciprocal means m to the power minus 1, m to the power minus 1, okay, m to the power minus 1, m to the power minus 3, okay, l to the power minus 3, t to the power 3, a to the power 2, okay. So all these are very simple. In next lecture, I will meet you with some beautiful numericals, both fundamental and application level numericals on resistance, Okay. Till then, see you. Thanks.